Along with you as we get set to start this second half of action with the Tigers leading at 24-0. First of all, Chad, let's take a look at some offensive highlights. Derek Hamilton, certainly one of the big guys in the first half for Clemson.
He's having a big day, and it's only halftime. Already has 2 touchdowns, and we can see a lot more from him before it's over with.
Get the offense going. Let's get the special teams into it. They cause a fumble. Buddy Williams there to recover the fumble recovery. Hamilton then the very next play. Tigers are up 14-0 just like that. Again, defense comes back. This time, Justin Miller making the interception, his second of the season. And then Charlie Whitehurst, who threw for better than 200 yards in that first half. Derek Hamilton one more time. That completion good for 40 yards. Then Curtis Bahan gets in the act. He had 2 receptions for 23 yards in the first half. That one for 4 yards and a touchdown. Halftime stats look like this. And Chad, first off, 17 yards rushing only for the Duke Blue Devils. Only 49 yards of total offense. And look at the offensive numbers for Clemson.
The only blemish for Clemson is the 1 turnover. But other than that, I mean, it's domination on defense, domination in the special teams, and domination on offense. It's unbelievable.
So the Tigers, Military Appreciation Day here at Clemson University. Let's take a look at the Tiger with the fatigue hat on. Clemson faithful very pleased with what they have seen so far here by the Clemson Tigers. And the nice thing, I think, for this Clemson football team is the fact that they took the momentum that they gained last week against Florida State, and they've carried it through the week and have been able to do that here against Duke.
They're firing on all cylinders. I mean, a really good team that beats teams with this kind of score. They play well on defense, and they feed off each other. They get turnovers, the offense takes it, and they use that momentum to make another touchdown. And special teams is the same way. There's no better way to get momentum in a game than having a special teams turnover and a quick score like that.
And the other thing of note here, Tigers, of course, won the toss, so they're going to get the football first here in this second half. So right away, they've got a chance to continue that momentum here in the second half.
I think they'll try to grind it out a little bit, let the running backs get some yards, and let those big offensive linemen see if they can come off the ball some.
Tommy Bowden and his coaching staff have to be very pleased with what they have seen so far out of his Clemson football team. As Duke will kick it off, and it will go back, and at the goal line is Justin Miller. Miller across the 10-15, takes a hit, but is able to stumble forward close to the 20-yard line. So Clemson will take over there, first down and 10. And I don't know why the play a little bit late coming up. Ball must have come loose after the play was over, but the nose of the football just touching the 20-yard line. Justin Miller, see him head to the sideline, and there you see Charlie Whitehurst. And what numbers for Whitehurst in that first half. 16 of 24 for 228. We talked about the athleticism that Clemson has at wide receiver, and he used it to the best of his ability. On the first play, though, here will be a handoff up the gut. It will be for a tough yard.
It's that same play Duke uses a lot, right up the middle, just hand to the running back out of the shotgun, and just come off the ball straight ahead.
Jasmine able to pick up about a yard, and Chad in that first half had 9 carries and 34 yards. Now 10 rushes for 35. Second down and 9. As Whitehurst will check up under center with the eyes set behind him. Going on play action, steps up in the pocket, looks downfield, wants Hamilton, has it, and it's out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
It's a great throw and catch from Whitehurst to Hamilton. The DB actually was in front, in between the two. And Charlie just here, as you see it, just lofts it up there, right over the hands of the DB, in a perfect place, right where only Derek Hamilton could catch that ball right out of bounds.
NFL catch, got both feet in.
He did. He's preparing himself.
There you go. First and 10 Tigers at their own 43-yard line. Just starting the second half of play here. 14-10 on the third quarter clock. And Clemson, as you can see, leading at 24-0. Whitehurst takes out, pumps, wanting to set up the screen. They throw it to Coleman, breaks one tackle, takes it across the 45 out to the 46. So that'll be another 3. And second and 7 will face the Tigers.
The screen does a lot when you have an aggressive defense, which Duke likes to do. They like to blitz, they like to bring man coverage, and a screen is just a little offset to try to throw them off a little bit, throw their momentum off, and screens work pretty well. Even if they don't gain yards, they keep the defense honest.
Saw that play work successfully in the first half. Whitehurst again will look to the sideline and get the play. Eye set behind him. Jasmine the deep back. Charlie, though, wanting to throw. Throws, and it's off the fingertips of Kelvin Grant. And around the Duke 43. Would have been more than enough for the first down. But Kelvin, just a young redshirt freshman. And he is one of the bright stars, young stars of this Clemson football team. That coaching staff expecting a lot out of that young man.
It's like Charlie put a little mustard on that ball, threw a little harder than normal, but normally the wide receiver has to come up with that catch.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 7 for the Tigers at their own 46-yard line. Whitehurst was timed, steps, throws, got it complete. And that's Hamilton one more time, and more than enough for the first down, all the way to the Duke 39-yard line. Now they're going to mark it at the 38.
As long as Hamilton's in there, the Clemson coaches are going to keep on going back to him time and time again because they just can't stay with him. There you see he was 2 or 3 yards behind him. The defensive back's just going to play catch-up all day long against a guy like Derek Hamilton.
First down and 10 Tigers, Blue Devil 38. Whitehurst looks to the sideline. Derek now 6 catches and 133 yards. Duke coming with an all-out blitz. Handoff goes to Jasmine. Jasmine crosses the 30, the 25, the 20, and is finally ridden out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Well, Duke sent the house, but the big back for the Tigers broke it for a big gain.
That's the danger of a blitz. When you come through there, if you can break through the line, you have one guy to beat, and he does that, and it's off to the races from there.
22 yards on the pickup for Chad Jasmine. First and 10 Tigers at the Duke 16.
Clemson coaches want to see this. In the second half, they have a good lead. They want to come out and run the ball and get some good chunks of yardage behind that offensive line. This is your strategy in the second half. Take some time off the clock and just work those horses underneath.
Bayham comes in motion, gets the handoff from Whitehurst. Looking for running room right side. He'll be inside the 15-yard line, it looks like. So not much running room over there for Bayham. They're actually going to mark him out of bounds at the 13. It's a little bit of a generous spot, in my opinion, but give him 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. 15 first downs now for the Clemson Tigers in comparison to Duke's 3.
Here you see the come up to the line and make Duke show their defense, and then he'll look back to the sidelines to Coach Bowden or whoever's making the call and change the play. They'll signal in from up top.
A little post play here to Hamilton. They'll throw it looking Derek's way, and they just throw it over his head out of bounds. So they cut to the sideline instead of the post. Incomplete pass to stop the clock at 12:41 to go here in this third quarter and bring up 3rd down for the Tigers.
One of the first 3rd longs we've seen in a while from the Tigers. They've had a lot of 3rd and shorts and not many 3rd downs.
Ted Roof, see him there, the interim head coach of Duke Blue Devils, exhorting his defense to hold here on 3rd and 7. Tigers at the Duke 13. Whitehurst, direct snap, quarterback draw. Crosses the 10-yard line, puts his head down, and will get to about the 9. Tigers wanted a late hit there, and we may get a flag on the play.
How do you like that? See, Charlie Whitehurst learned a thing or two from Chad Jasmine and lowered his head on that one.
I don't think you want your sophomore quarterback lowering your head, though, when you're up 24-0.
Yeah, I think Coach Bowden might say something about that. So take care of yourself, Charlie. That's what they learn in the NFL, too.
Here comes the late hit right there. Is the late hit.
Tiger fans weren't going to let him get away with that one.
Well, the unnecessary roughness foul against the Blue Devils will give the Tigers a 1st and goal situation. The ball will be just shy of the 4-yard line. Ted Roof, kind of like the aggressiveness, I think, of his team. Doesn't like, though, that's just a mental mistake.
That was. It kills you in the red zone. You can't afford those kind of penalties because it moves them closer to the end zone and where they can just hand it to Chad Jasmine up the middle.
And linebacker, you never did that.
I never did that. No mental mistakes for me.
1st and goal. Ball just shy of the 4. Jasmine, handoff, and will vault his way to about the 3, maybe the 2.
This is where the linebackers really come up big. You hope your D-line can come off the ball, and the linebackers just have to come through and make a big hit when you're inside the 5-yard line. This is their part of the field.
This is kind of where the weight training, the conditioning, and all of that comes into play, because this is physical football in this territory of the football field. 2nd and goal, Tigers at the 3. Whiters, Jasmine up the gut, nothing. Chad now, that was his 13th carry of the afternoon for 59 yards.
3rd and goal at the 3.
So the senior in his last home game getting plenty of use. Tigers, though, will send in the 4 wide package here. 2 wideouts go to either side. Spread the defense here on 3rd and goal at the 3. Whiters looks to the sideline. Throws, looks, incomplete, wanted Bayham in the middle of the end zone. And
intended for number 18,
not there, so field goal time for the Tigers.
Not sure if they might have called that uncatchable, but let's see here on the replay. There was some contact, but it might have been on both parties, and they just let it go. Might have been probably a good call by the referees on that one.
It's almost one where Curtis Bayham created the contact, as far as instead of DeJuan causing the contact in the secondary for Duke. Field goal attempt by Hunt, though, is up, and it is good. So the 20-yarder off the foot of Aaron Hunt gives Clemson a 27-0 lead over Duke with 10:52 to go. Get the inside news from people who know, as former SEC quarterbacks talk college football tomorrow and every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Quarterback Club. Go inside the huddle on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Scoring drive by the Tigers. Different style of hat, but we'll like it anyhow. 13 plays, 77 yards. And the scoring drive took 4:08 off of the 3rd quarter clock. Kick by Dean. Hits and bounces, and now taken at about the 13-yard line. And a brilliant tackle made by David Dunham as he was able to trip up Landrum.
David Dunham's a good young linebacker. I played with him. He was a freshman my senior year, and he's just an aggressive guy. Great special teams player. Runs down there as one of those headhunter guys who would just throw his body around.
Dunham made some big plays last week against Florida State, continuing this week against the Blue Devils. Tiger defense egging on the crowd to get on their feet, make some noise. 1st and 10 Duke at their own 20. Handoff. Douglas crosses the 25 and will work his way forward to this 26. That may be one of the biggest gains of the entire day by Douglas. Leak over there on the stop for the Tigers. Tough to score when you don't have the ball, Chad. Duke has only had the football 13 minutes and 14 seconds prior to that play, whereas Clemson has had it almost 21 minutes.
They're a ball control team. They win the ball game when they at least have an equal amount of time.
2nd and 4 Blue Devils at their own 26. Fake the handoff to Douglas. And the dive forward. Napolito will dive forward to about the 29-yard line. That'll be about a yard shy, though, with a 1st down. Bring up 3rd and 1.
It's a good read by Leak on that play. They fake the handoff to the running back, trying to draw the linebackers to the other side. And Leak just stayed at home and caused that tackle on the quarterback.
3rd and 1 Blue Devils at their own 29. They only have 3 first downs on the afternoon, looking for their 4th. And only 1 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Napolito, Douglas, 1st down. Douglas out to about the 32-yard line, it looks like.
Offensive line just came off the ball that time, pick up the extra yards they needed. And Douglas just followed behind them. Looks like he might be a little hurt on the play.
And Douglas a little slow at getting up. That's not a good sign for Ted Roof. And the Duke sideline, as you see the Duke athletic staff quickly out there to get him up. Looks like Douglas, though, always a pretty good sign when you get up and you see a player shaking that leg and just.
He's a good senior player. He's gonna come back in there. They're gonna have to drag him off the field. He'll get back in there with his offensive lineman, I'm sure.
Ted Roof, of course, took over this Duke football team right before the NC State game. That was 4 weeks ago. 1-2 so far as the interim head coach. Played State very tough. Lost that one 28-21. Went to Tennessee and gave the Volunteers all they wanted before finally wearing out at the end and losing, I think, 24-6 the final there. And then, of course, the big 41-17 victory last week over Georgia Tech. 1st and 10, Duke. Dapolito will keep it on the keeper and will lose yardage. Good read that time by the interior portion of the Clemson defense. Leak, Hill, DeJuan Polk all over there on the stop for the Tigers.
It's that swarming defense again, and they faked another play to the running back on the play they've used all day long on a draw, and the quarterback just got rounded up there at the line of scrimmage.
Loss of a yard on the play brings up 2nd down and 11 for the Blue Devils at their own 31-yard line. Clock runs. 8:35 and counting here, 3rd quarter, and Clemson leading at 27-0. Dapolito comes up the line of scrimmage, calls timeout. And with that, we will take a break as well. Don Munson, Chad Carson along with you from Clemson's Death Valley. 2nd and 11 for Duke at their own 31. Dapolito wanting to throw and looking long. Throws, ball tipped away and incomplete.
Jamal Fudge on that play.
Boy, I tell you what, Jamal Fudge along with Travis Pugh have been playing outstanding for the Clemson defense. And a good play there. Just get the hand up and knock it away. That was only the 30th offensive play of the day for the Duke Blue Devils, Chad. They only have 60 yards in total offense. You average 2 yards per play, you're not going to get it done.
That's right. Clemson defense has been playing really well. And this another 3rd down and long situation where they can pin their ears back and come after them.
3rd and 11. Dapolito back. Has time. Now under a little pressure. Looks and underthrows his intended receiver, who was Kalen Powell, the tight end. And once again, the Clemson defense is held, and listen to the ovation they're getting from this Clemson crowd.
Once again, it's another punting situation. And that defense is using the crowd. It's a home game, and they're really playing aggressively out there, and they're carrying on what they did against Florida State.
So Trey McDonald will come on and punt it away. Derek Hamilton back to receive it, standing around his own 27-yard line. About the only thing that Derek has not done today is return a punt for a touchdown. Duke has only completed 2 passes this afternoon. McDonald's punt away. Hamilton almost fumbled it. Now gets a handle on it, trying to pick up some blockers. Flag down, another flag down. Hamilton across the 35, making tacklers missing, and finally wrapped up at the 38-yard line. That man is very entertaining.
I think they're going to call a block in the back on that play.
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
That's coming back, but very entertaining to watch you when that man gets his hands on the football.
Anything can happen when number 21 has the ball, I'll tell you what.
Well, you're talking about how his nickname was the Noodle. And you got a little bit of a sense of it right there. I mean, he can do more to make a would-be tackler miss him. You just never see people get a clean shot on him. So blocking in the back is going to be the call here.
2 fouls during the return, both by the receiving team. Both fouls are an illegal block in the back above the waist. Only 1 foul would be penalized. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Well, we get the official call there, and ball, as they said, half of the distance to the goal line. That'll take it back to the 12-yard line. There you see the penalty yardage. So been relatively penalty-free.
It's kind of unusual for a Coach Bowden team. Both the FSU and Clemson normally have a lot of penalties. It's the worst field position they've had all day, it looks like.
Yep, 1st down and 10. Tigers at their own 12-yard line. 7:57 to go here in the 3rd. Tigers leading at 27-0. Winers, handoff Jasmine. Jasmine across the 15. You can hear the hitting going on down there. Pads popping. Jasmine will pick up about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. Good look there at Tommy Bowden.
He's urging his troops to keep on running that ball and come off the ball. He likes to see that offensive line come off and run the ball late in the game. Let's pass it early, open up the defense, and then later on pound it.
Whitehurst to throw, has it complete. Youngblood breaks a tackle, 30, 35, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Kevin Youngblood.
There you see again, just throw it to those guys in open space, and they will make somebody miss. You see, it's just a simple little rollout. Throw it 5 yards downfield, let him turn around and make the DB miss, and run. Keep on running.
You're 6'5", you got a long stride, and you can cover a lot of ground. 6 catches, 138 yards now for Kevin Youngblood. So the senior in his last home game having a big game. Whitehurst pumps once, throws, has it complete. That's Grant. Grant 45 and dives forward to the 48. That's a pickup of 8 more.
Tigers are having their way today on offense. They're getting big chunks of yardage, whether it's running or whether it's passing, and they're just showing great balance and really great calls from the coaching staff. They're doing a good job, just like they did last week.
2nd and 2, Tigers. Whitehurst again in shotgun. Again looking to the Tiger sideline. Charlie now 21 of 32 for 300 yards. Make that 21 of 33 for 300 yards as Bayham drops that pass. There you see the numbers now for Charlie. And he is, before it is all said and done, this trend continues, will hold about every passing record in Tiger history and may be a threat for ACC history, although Phillip Rivers, the senior quarterback at NC State, certainly putting up some pretty impressive career numbers. Duke showing blitz. Here they come. Tigers, though, a little inside draw to Jasmine. And Jasmine will be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a couple of yards shy. And I think for only the 2nd time this afternoon, the punting unit will come on for the Tigers.
You almost forget what it looks like to punt for Clemson Tigers today.
So Cole Chasen stands back around his own 32-yard line. Back deep for Duke goes Aaron Fryer. Good snap. Good kick by Chasen. Fair catch called and made at the 15-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for Duke at their own 15. And it seems like, Chad, we have been saying this all day long, that Duke has been starting inside their 20-yard line on just about every series.
After turnovers, field position is one of the most important things in deciding who wins a game. And Tigers have had both today. They've had the turnovers, and they've had them pinned back against their end zone all day long, and that produces a lot of points.
38-yard punt there by Cole Chasen. Pins the Blue Devils back. 1st and 10 at their 15. Schneider in there at quarterback. Takes out, hands it off, and that's Douglas back in the ball game. So he shook off that leg injury, and good yardage as he takes it left side for about 9.
The trainer's got him taped up or got warmed up again on the sidelines, and he's back in there.
Actually, you'll see his knee touch down at the 23-yard line, so call it a pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2. 5:30. Chris Douglas, see his numbers on the afternoon. Hand off this time to the man in motion, and the defense smells that out as Centurio Landrum wrapped up back around the 20-yard line. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen the Clemson Tiger defense playing this aggressive and this fast in a long time. And it's turning out to be the last end of this season, one of the best defenses in the last few years.
Vontel Jamison came over and finished him off after Jamal Fudge got there. That's the 2nd tackle for a loss today. 3rd down, let's call it 5. Duke at their own 20. Clemson faithful smell blood, and they want another defensive shutout here. Pressure. Schneider throws complete, but well short of the 1st down. Leak there on the stop. Also there for the Tigers was Gaines Adams.
So this
Montrell Jamison there. Watch this.
They drop
Chad.
into a zone here, and it's just a little underneath pass, and everybody stays at home, does their job, and swarms with the ball. You even have a defensive end dropping into coverage.
Jamison actually made the initial hit. Good look at him there. Punting time again for Duke. 4th and 3 at their own 22. This time it'll be Justin Miller that will be deep to receive the kick for the Tigers. McDonald's kick away. Returnable. Miller crosses the 45, 50. Look out! Miller with one man to beat, and he does it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Just the way you draw it up. Nice high kick. Duke didn't get down on coverage well enough, and Clemson just took it right up the middle all the way to the house. Justin Miller.
63 yards on the return by Justin Miller.
Set up very well. You see Lee coming down, and he just takes a couple cuts, and he's off to the races. The blocking was great on that play, and he just used his speed and just ran to the corner and just all the way down the sidelines for a touchdown. Great play by Justin Miller.
A player late getting in for the Tigers on the extra point team, but they get him in. Aaron Hunt kicks it, and it's now 34 to zip in favor of the Clemson Tigers with 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. Dapolito will come in at quarterback on this series for Ted Roof. Trailing 34-0. This is a difficult situation to put your offense obviously in. And it'll be interesting to see now if Duke just opens it up, tries to start winging it all over the place, or if they're going to stay with the game plan.
I think you do. You have to pass a little bit and keep the clock out of the game and try to get back into the game before the fourth quarter.
Dapolito gives it to Douglas. Up the middle he goes, and Douglas will take it across the 25, up close to, it looks like, the 27-yard line. Sure, we'll get to see several of the 2 and 3 deep now that will come in for this Clemson team, both offensively and defensively. But certainly one of the things, and you know this as a former defensive player, you're this far, you got a team shut out, you want to take it the rest of the way.
I used to tell Coach every time, I want to play every single snap, and I know these guys are the same way. And it's tough to get starters who love playing off the field.
On 2nd and 7, Dapolito wants to throw, has it complete, out across the 35-40, and that's complete to the big tight end, Kalen Powell. Powell will step out of bounds at the 43-yard line, a well-designed play there.
So they fake the run here and roll out on a play action. Tight end's wide open. The only man left to tackle him and hit him out of bounds is Ty Hill, number 8.
Duke got everybody thinking run left. They just came back with a little roll right. First down, look at that. 17 first downs for the Tigers, only 5 for the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 here, however, for Duke at their own 43. Dapolito takes out Douglas. 45-50 into Clemson territory for the first time today are the Duke Blue Devils, and it happens with 2:51 to go in the third quarter, and Duke at the Clemson 42, so they finally cross midfield.
It's like Coach Ruth just staying with his game plan, keep on handing it number 4 and do what they've done well all season, which you can't blame them. Just keep on pounding it and don't change what they do. It's worked for them pretty well.
Clemson fans want the defense to stand here and hold. They want this shutout. Dapolito takes out, wants to throw, under a little pressure, has it complete though, but for minimal yardage. As once again the Tigers, Travis Pugh comes up and makes the stop.
This is an impressive play by Pugh. Just staying disciplined and man coverage, staying with his guy. It's tempting to sometimes go play the run when you have man, but you got to be disciplined and stay at home, and that's just an very well executing defense, and you can see that all day long today.
Pugh not afraid to hit some people, and he came up there and put a good lick on Ben Patrick. A gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Blue Devils at the Tiger 41. Again, they will give it off to the man in motion. That's Landrum, and Landrum will carry it across the Tiger 35, just shy of the 34-yard line. But it'll bring up 3rd down. And short, you just have to guess that Duke's in two down situation here. If they don't pick up the first down here on 3rd and 2, you got to figure that Ted Roof's going to go for it on 4th down.
No doubt about it. You got to go for it in this situation when they're down by this many points. nothing else. You just got to put some points on the board.
Tiger faithful come to their feet. Third, 2 Blue Devils at the Tiger 34. Dapolito takes out, hands it off. Douglas, first down as he works his way forward to about the 30-yard line. So Duke, we watch the replay. That's just good up the gut, tough nose running right there, Chad.
Yeah, something a lot of people don't know about Duke is how good their offensive line is. Those guys are tough. They come off the ball, and even in the worst of times for Duke, they've always had a solid offensive lineman who they send them to the NFL every year.
Blue Devils have rushed for at least 100 yards in every game except one this season. That was against Northwestern. Dapolito, first down and 10 at the Tiger 30. Takes the shotgun snap, looks downfield, throws, and it's incomplete. Outstanding coverage there by Jamal Fudge for the Tigers at around the 10-yard line.
Once again, these safeties and defensive backs are just making plays all day long. You see Fudge here was beat a little bit, uses his speed, and catches up and knocks the ball out. It was a well-executed play by Duke, but Jamal Fudge just made a great play on that one.
Now Ronnie Elliott, the intended receiver for Duke, and that's, see a little bit of a difference in athleticism between the Duke receivers and the Clemson receivers right there. 2nd and 10 Blue Devils at the Tiger 30. Tigers showing blitz, come with it. Dapolito steps up though and will carry it forward to the 20-yard line, and if they mark it where I think they will, I think he has a first down.
John, did you see that play by Pugh at the end? It was a good game by Duke, but at the very end, Pugh comes up and makes just a nice hit. Something you like to see from your free safety. Come up and pop that quarterback, punish him for trying to run on option on the defense. That's the kind of attitude you have to have.
So 1st and 10 for Duke. Ball just across the Tiger 20-yard line. 15 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers leading at 34-0. Dapolito, play action, rolls, looks downfield, throws into the end zone. Intercepted, Tigers! Jamal Fudge with the pick. And the Tiger defense holds on to that goose egg.
Ron, this is the same play earlier in the drive. As you can see here on the replay, they fake the run, roll out, and throw to the tight end. Before it worked here, Eric Sampson stays at home. He has nowhere to throw and has to throw in the end zone into coverage. Mistake by the Duke quarterback, and Fudge just takes advantage of it.
Tigers lead it 34-0 here in the Valley as we head to the 4th quarter of play. We've played 45 minutes here in Death Valley, and it's been all Tigers. 34-0 as we go to the 4th quarter of play. First down and 10 after the interception for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. Whitehurst still in their quarterback, throws, has it complete to Chancey Stuckey, and Stuckey will work his way across the 25-yard line. So Chancey, who is the backup quarterback on this club, remember he's a redshirt freshman, he has been getting considerable playing time today at wide receiver.
And that's a trend you see at a lot of levels these days. If you have a backup quarterback who's a great athlete like Chancey, you try to put him in the game and get something out of him. They do that in the NFL, and they've done that in college. Used to use Woody like that when Brandon Streeter was the quarterback.
2nd down, let's call it a short 5 because the ball is actually at about the 25.5-yard line. Whitehurst under center, gives it to Coleman. Coleman trying to bounce outside, trying to break a couple of tackles, but just can't do it. Tripped up, loss of maybe a half yard in the play. Still be 3rd down and 5 officially. So no gain on that play. Ted Roof, I think he had better hopes for his team coming into this game this afternoon after last week's win over Georgia Tech. But Clemson got on them early and kept their foot on the throat, never would let them back in it. Whitehurst on 3rd and 5 will go to shotgun and a 4-wide set. Looks, throws, has it complete. That's Grant, and just nothing doing there. Grant looking and trying to pick up blocking on that little inside screen to the wide receiver, and it just didn't work. We have a fumble here. Did Grant fumble it? He did. Wow. Grant did fumble the football, and Duke has it at the Tiger 25-yard line.
It's the first big break Duke's had all day. Let's see if they can take advantage of it and get a get a touchdown or at least a field goal on the board.
Tommy Bowden over there, and it's one of those when Kelvin Grant came to the sideline. We'll watch the play here. Give him credit. He's just trying to make a play, trying to pick up extra yardage. Really never saw the ball come out there in that, but obviously it did. So first down and 10 for Duke at the Tiger 25. Schneider in there at quarterback on this series for the Blue Devils, and the handoff goes up the gut and into the end zone. Goes one Cedric Dargan. So just like that, the shutout is gone. Duke is on the board with 13:26 to go here in the contest. And the Blue Devils take advantage of the turnover.
I talked about it earlier. Turnovers are the name of the game. And when you get a turnover on defense, your offense comes out, has momentum, and just thrives on that, and just puts it away. As you see, this has happened for Clemson today and Duke.
So on to attempt the extra point is Matt Brooks. And the kick is up and good. So with 13:26 to go here in the contest, Duke on the board thanks to a 25-yard touchdown run. Back with more here on CSS. College football on CSS has been brought to you by Subaru, driven by what's inside, and by Subaru of Gwinnett.com. Well, the Duke Blue Devils take advantage of a turnover and put 7 on the board. You take a look at the Clemson faithful and now the Duke sideline there. So Duke has gotten 2 turnovers and has gotten 7 points at it. Likewise, even though Clemson's got 34 on the board, they have gotten 2 turnovers and have put 7 points on the board. But the Blue Devils will kick it away here to the Tigers. Brooks, kick into the end zone. And on one knee goes Derek Hamilton. So the ball will come out at the 20-yard line. Now with 13:26 to go in the contest, Tigers up 34-7. Some folks may be looking for Chancey Stuckey to come in at this point, but I know in talking with Coach Bowden, he's still not comfortable if this game has been put away. So Whitehurst will still be in there at quarterback as you see his numbers on the afternoon, and very impressive. 24 of 36, that's 66% pass completion, 305 yards. First and 10, Tigers at their own 20. Play action for Whitehurst, throws, has it complete, Tony Elliott. And Elliott will have a first down as he gets across the 30. And Elliott, a fan favorite here at Clemson.
See Tony Elliott running a little stop route, out route here on the sidelines, and Charlie just getting it to him right when he turns around. Tony Elliott's a guy I played with, and I tell you what, it's got all heart. He's a guy who inspires players, has been through a lot of adversity, and guys just rally around him. He's a great player for Clemson, a great representative for our program.
Picked up 11 there. First down and 10, Tigers at their own 31. Whitehurst up under center this time. Coleman gets the handoff, bounces off a couple of tackles, and works for a very tough yard to the 32.
As you can see, the Duke defense is still showing their pride and coming after him, and not letting them try to put it away too early.
Second and long, however, for the Tigers as Ted Roof trying to exhort on his defense. Clemson will come with a 4 wide receiver package here. Coleman will be the lone setback in the backfield with Whitehurst, who's in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Coleman, up the gut, crosses the 40, first down, works his way out to the 43. Pickup of 12 that time by Coleman. Coleman a little bit upset with himself that he didn't maintain his balance. Thought he could have gotten a lot more.
Yeah, it was a wide open hole there. Had one guy kind of trip him up at the end, and just thought he could keep his legs moving and pumping there. Would have been off to the races maybe.
But as it is, it's enough for another Tiger first down. Ball at their own 43-yard line with 12 minutes and counting here in the third, or excuse me, in the fourth. And Tigers leading it 34-7. Coleman again, trying to find running room left side. Now bounces it out, finds running room, gets a block, first down and more. Across the Duke 40 and down to the 39 goes Dwayne Coleman.
He created that play right there. It was all stopped up inside, and that's his vision that some running backs have. And it's the great running backs just kind of bounce it out and feel it out. So you can see there he had a guy who was making a tackle on him and just took off towards the corner and used his speed. And Kevin Youngblood blocking downfield. That's what creates big plays.
Nice little spin move there at the end that picked up an additional 4 or 5 yards for Dwayne. 1st and 10, Tigers at the Blue Devil. 39, as you see the numbers on Coleman there on the afternoon. Whitehurst with an eye set behind him. Jasmine is the deep back. And Chad will get the handoff. Goes left side. And will bang it down close to the 35-yard line. Nice stop there by Casey Camaro. And actually, they'll say that Jasmine was down at the 36-yard line, so call it a pickup about 3, 2nd and 7 for the Tigers at the Duke 36. Whitehurst in shotgun, takes, throws, Youngblood complete, and that will be for a minimal gain to about the 32-yard line. So 3rd and short once again will face the Tigers here. 3rd and about 3. Kevin, though, an excellent game in his final game here at Clemson.
It's an excellent career. Kevin's made a lot of big plays. Some of them this year, like he did against Virginia in the end zone, making a game-winning touchdown catch.
Look at the total yards now here for in this ball game. Clemson absolutely dominated this contest. Play action for Whitehurst. Throws, has a complete Harrell, and Big Cliff Harrell bangs his way to the 21.
You can tell when a fullback catches the ball because you have a lot of green space out there, and he runs right for the guy. Cliff's a hitter. He's a big, nice play. He gets blocking most of the time, so he gets his catch in here. And watch him turn around. He's got open space, but he wants to go hit somebody.
Charlie Whitehurst just became the first player in Clemson history to go over 3,000 yards passing in a single season. How about that?
That's impressive. Congratulations, Charlie.
Just a sophomore. 1st and 10, Tigers, the Duke 21. Coleman up the gut, inside the 20 to about the 18. 331 yards through the air today for Charlie Whitehurst. Clock continues to run, 9-10 and counting in this contest. As Whitehurst looks to the sideline to get the play. Charlie takes a snap, looks into the end zone, man open, but underthrows him, and it's picked off. He wanted Youngblood right side, and Charlie underthrew him, and it was picked off, and that's...
On this play, Charlie just misread the zone. He thought he saw Youngblood break open in the end zone. He had another DB come breaking open in the zone underneath it. Just came off his guy in 38. Made the interception, John Talley.
John Talley.
2nd interception of the day, I think.
Yep. So, the interception will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line where Duke will take over there with 8:48 to go. And Duke will show a 4 wide receiver set. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen and 1 to the bottom. Douglas, a lone setback. And a little quarterback draw for nothing. A loss of 1, as a matter of fact. So Dapolito loses a yard in the play. Gains Adams there on the stop for the Tigers.
So that's an impressive play. Sometimes it's hard to understand unless you've seen the speed on the field, but that defensive end, Gaines Adams, was running upfield, and the quarterback took off, and he ran him down from behind. That shows some great speed by this Clemson defense.
2nd and 11. Dapolito to Douglas. Little end around. Clemson defense, though, stays home, and they'll knock him out for another loss in the play. And I believe that was Gaines Adams again who stayed home and knocked the man for another loss.
Good young player. Sometimes young players will bite on that reverse, and here he is, stays at home, and just, you know, lets the other guys come and help him out, and he knocks him out of bounds. It's a great play by a young defensive end.
Loss of another yard in the play brings up 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12, Duke at their own 18. Ted Roof's just kind of shaking his head. Tigers show a 4-man rush. And they come with it. Looks, throws, Reggie Love has it complete, but well short of the first down, only out to the 22-yard line. And it'll be punting time once again for Duke. As we're at 7:55 and counting now in the contest. Now it will be interesting to see if we do see Chancey Stuckey at quarterback coming in here for Clemson, or if Weiner's day is done.
So the Tiger fans will enjoy seeing him in a game when they're up winning.
Yep.
As opposed to last time he came in losing to Wake Forest. But
Run away, not a exceptionally good one. It will go out of bounds at the Clemson 40-yard line. And we will head to break. All Tigers today here in Death Valley, and the 70,000 or so that have turned out here have liked what they have seen. 34-7, Clemson leading it over Ted Roof and Duke. Chancey Stuckey in there at quarterback, and he takes the high snap and hands it off to Yusef Kelly. And Kelly will go left side and find about 3 yards as he carries it out to the 43-yard line. So there's young Chancey Stuckey. And we have seen him at receiver. You see his season numbers there. Did most of that damage against Wake Forest a couple of weeks ago. 2nd down, let's call it 7. Tigers at their own 43. Stuckey in shotgun. Takes the snap. Quarterback draw. Off the gut he goes. Flies across the 45. And gets forward to the 47-yard line. And Clemson faithful got to like that effort.
The quarterback coach probably cringes on that one. You don't want him jumping in there like that at the end. Break a neck. But I'll tell you what, that's aggressive play. And it's what you like to see from a young athlete like that.
3rd and short, 3rd and 3 Tigers at their own 47. Chancey looks to the sideline and gets the play. Tigers showing a fine wide receiver set. Kelly beside Stuckey. Stuckey takes out, throws, incomplete. Wanting Michael Collins at the Duke 45, and a nice play there made by Talley as he got there about the same time the ball did.
Stuckey just kind of telegraphed that one a little bit. Looked right at the receiver the whole time. And defensive back, who's probably an experienced guy, just read it and made the play.
Number 2 kind of reminds you of number 1 when Woody Dantzler was here, doesn't he?
He does. They'll probably pull some plays back out of the playbook they hadn't used in a couple of years with that kind of speed at quarterback.
So it'll bring up 4th down, and that means Chasen will come on and punt it away. A little bit of a low snap. And Chasen hit after the punt. We may get a, well, no matter what penalty we get, if it's just running into or roughing, we're going to get an automatic first down here for the Tigers. Doesn't matter if it's a 5-yarder or if it's a 15-yarder. A 33-yard punt that time by Chasen, but the Tigers are going to stay out there offensively on the field.
It's the kind of play that'll frustrate you as a head coach. You coach them all week. Don't hit the punter. Don't hit the punter. And you know, one guy's always going to hit him.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. 15 yards from the previous spot.
So it is the 15-yarder.
First down.
Against Duke. We'll see it here. Jason got it away.
He went for the block and missed the block. And when that happens, you better get the ball because you're about to run into the kicker too.
Joel East, a backup defensive tackle, the guilty party for Duke. The ball comes all the way forward, close to the Duke 38-yard line. First down and 10 there. Stuckey takes it on the snap and hands it off. And that's Kyle Browning that's in that tailback for the Tigers. And no gain there, actually a loss of about a half yard. As we are at 5:40 and counting in this contest. Clemson wrapping up what will be their 5th victory in the ACC. So they'll finish the ACC at 5-3, but their 7th victory overall of the season. Stuckey rolling, eludes the pressure, looks downfield, throws, and it's just tapped away at the last minute. Nice deflection there, made by Alex Green.
You see a little bit what a fast quarterback will get you. He has a defensive back or defensive lineman's wide open on him, and he just eludes him and can sometimes make big plays that way. This time the defensive back knocks it down. You see the other angle, it's the leaping knockdown by the defensive back. Great play.
Good play there by Green. 3rd and call it 11, Clemson at the Devils' 39-yard line. Stuckey. Tigers, as you can see, 6 of 15 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. Stuckey takes out, throws, has it complete. That's Michael Collins, the big wide receiver. I think has a first down. He had to push the defender over, but I think that extra effort gave him a fresh set of downs.
So they tell the wide receivers, when you get a catch near the first down marker, just get upfield and try to use your momentum to get the first down. He did that on this one and just pushed him over. And actually was aided by the linebacker, number 30.
And when you're 6'4" and 215, that's what you can do with that big body. First down and 10 Tigers at the Duke 26. Handoff, Browning, outside, 15, 10. Browning down to the 5-yard line.
Offensive line just opened up a huge hole on this one. So you watch Browning take the handoff and wasn't touched. He didn't even close to touch until he got down to the 5-yard line and kind of ran into his own player. Might have had some open room there to the outside.
The 24th first down of the game for the Tigers and a 21-yard pickup by Kyle Browning. 1st and goal, Tigers at the 5. Stuckey in shotgun with Browning right beside him. Kyle gets the handoff. Up the gut he goes, and he got smacked. But able to pick up about a yard.
And off to 28, Kyle Browning. No gain on the play.
I think it was Orrin Thompson that came down from his defensive tackle position and just made the hit on Browning, but not before Kyle was able to pick up about a yard.
Kyle's not a real big guy, but he's quick, so if he does get hit, he can get smacked around. But he's a real good running back. Real elusive and hard to tackle.
2nd and goal, Tigers. Ball just shy of the Duke 4-yard line. Stuckey in shotgun again. Browning right beside him. Jansen, quarterback ball up the middle. Touchdown. Now there's the old Dantzler package right there, my friend.
Right. It's a tough to stop play. You fake the handoff, and when you have an elusive quarterback, as you see here on the replay, doesn't even fake the handoff, just comes up. It's a design play by the coaches with a lead block from the running back, and he runs into the end zone untouched. It's tough to defend against a quarterback like that.
The first touchdown of Chancey Stuckey's career. You can tell that Tommy Bowden liked that. Aaron Hunt to attempt the extra point, and it's blocked. Picked up, though, by Hunt. And he will get tackled. And so the extra point is no good. And the Tigers lead it by a score of 40-7 with 3:43 to go in the contest. All purple and orange today in Death Valley. Outdoor enthusiasts know that the biggest catch of the day can be made from the comfort of your own couch. Don't miss hours of exciting hunting and fishing programming on Saturday and Sunday mornings on CSS. Go through the woods on a big game hunt and down to the lake for some freshwater fishing without ever leaving your home. Catch CSS on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Now the Tigers have certainly made prey of the Blue Devils here this afternoon as you look at the scoring drive directed by that man, Chancey Stuckey, and he finished it off with a 4-yard run. 9 plays and 60 yards. Tigers will kick it off. Landrum settles under it at the 5. 15, 20, 25, and will be wrapped up at about the 26-yard line.
You might see some of the young defensive players come in here, get their first shot at it. This big score.
Guys like I look out there, I can see Donnell Clark out there for the Tigers right now. Guys you're not used to seeing. Big number 44.
49 Roosevelt Nelson in there is a good young linebacker, leading the defensive middle line, inside linebacker.
23-yard return by the Blue Devils sets them up first down and 10 at their own 27. Napolito looks, throws, has it complete. But for short yardage, as they'll mark it down at the 29-yard line. Pass complete to Lance Johnson. Clock running. 3:15 and counting. 40-7 our score. Clemson leading it. So the Tigers will head down to Columbia next week to take on their arch rivals, South Carolina. Duke next week has got their arch rival, North Carolina. Both of these teams, though, will be on the road. Schneider takes out, hands off, and running for room is Dargan. Or excuse me, that's number 32. That's 32, not 33. It's Aaron Fryer. And Fryer will take it across the 35 and close to first down yardage around the 37-yard line. I believe he will bring out this sticks here. I'm going to say he's just short.
I think you're right, Don. A couple inches to go, I think.
See, I'm used to the angles up top here. I realize that you're always down there on the playing, but you're right, couple inches short. You're getting used to it. Good eyesight, my friend.
I would have been the guy in the referee's ear saying, hey, that's not a first down. I was always talking to the referee. Got to make good friends with those guys.
There you go. And you need to tell me, how much talking actually does happen on a football field? There's plenty of chattering going on.
Plenty of it, and especially coming from your linebackers. They expect it. But we try to do most of our talking with our hits. That's the best linebackers. And you know, they can talk after the play a little bit if you make a good hit.
That's right. So 3rd and inches here for Duke. Schneider up under center. Calls his own number. First down and more. Worked it all the way out close to the 40. Well, the Clemson faithful that gathered here for this one, heading towards the exits. Go enjoy a little tailgating while the sun sets. And then think about what's coming at them next week in Columbia with the South Carolina Gamecocks. Tommy Bowden, of course, 3-1 against Lou Holtz. Like to make that 4-1. First down and 10, Duke. Once again, that's Fryer with it. He will take it across the 40-yard line and muscle his way forward close to the 42. Minute 52 and counting. Clock winding its way down on what has been an excellent afternoon for Clemson. And a game that Ted Roof and Duke will just have to go back, forget, get ready for next week's matchup with the Tar Heels. Schneider under center, takes out, hands it off once again to Fryer. Fryer will find a couple of more tough running yards. Well, to about the 45-yard line. Gotta like a coach that's down 40-7 and not throwing the football. Just, all right, I know I'm done. Let's run it. Let's get this game over with and let's head home.
I think he's telling them to start the buses up so he can get out of here, run that clock off. So let's go regroup for North Carolina. He doesn't want to stay around Clemson too much longer, I promise you.
He may throw it here. 3rd and 4, Duke at their own 45. They bring a man in motion. Well, they're going to hand it off one more time and close to the first down. Once again is Fryer. And he did get the first down at the 50-yard line. So right at the midfield strike. 50 seconds to go in the contest. And it's all over but the shouting right now. First down and 10, Blue Devils at the midfield stripe. Schneider takes out. Fryer one more time. Did he fumble it?
Somebody lost a helmet there. That's
He lost the helmet.
Number 40, Clemson. Anthony Waters, good young linebacker.
Sure is.
Got great range. He's going to be an awesome player for us everywhere.
That should do it here in the Valley this afternoon. So Clemson finishes the ACC at 5-3. They're 7-4 now. On the year, as we see the head coaches meet at midfield. Ted Roof and Tommy Bowden exchange pleasantries there, and that man, Charlie Whitehurst, had himself a huge day for the Tigers. Becomes the first Clemson quarterback to pass for better than 3,000 yards in a single season. Here's your final. Clemson by 33 over the Blue Devils. And we'll come back, put a wrap on things. We're going to actually say goodbye right here. Chad, been fun working with you. Enjoyed it. Looking forward to what is on down the road for this Clemson football team. For all of us here at CSS, I'm Don Munson for Chad Carson. Thanks for joining us. Tommy Bowden has enjoyed his final game at home here in 2003, a winner 40-7.